Hey guys, Juicy Byte here, and today we're going to play Cosmic Trip. So, for those who haven't seen this yet, it's an early access game and it is designed for VR. I'm currently using an HTC Vive and I am using its controllers. Now, this game does require a little bit of movement, but while it is better to play in a full scale instead of just a single standalone, it doesn't actually require you to walk all the way to the edges or anything like that. But there is a lot of stretching and reaching and whatnot like that, so you kind of need a space that's big enough for you to do like jumping jacks or something like that. Okay, so to give you an idea, this is my border, right? And I am roughly in the center of it. Okay. Now, Cosmic Trip is an RTS, or will be a fully fledged RTS, and it is geared for you to be not top-down looking down at it, but actually part of the action. You'll have little minion bots and things like that that will do things for you, and you'll help interact and support them as and when you need it or suit your play style. Now, right now, there is no strategy mode. There's the tutorial mode, which we will be doing in this video. There's survival, which is an advanced version of the tutorial. The big difference between the two is there are not tooltips, and the map that you're given in survival is random, whereas in the tutorial world, it's a set map. You have normal survival, hard, and hyper. Hyper's like your super duper one, okay? And these are your controllers. Now, personally, if I could have a controller skin, I would want these because these are freaking awesome, all right? So you have your control pad right there where your thumb moves around and stuff like that. You have your menu button there. You have another button there. You have your trigger. Okay, and when you pull your trigger, do you notice that? That's the amount of detail that's in this game. When I pull, what happened to my trigger? Alright, we won't look at that one. When I pull it, I end up seeing the bottom release, and I can see inside how the thing in the center pops out. And I don't know if you noticed that, but that is actually see-through. So I'm going to try to show you. If you look, you can see through that whole area. And there's actually a little screen there above my hand right there. Now that my other controller stopped freaking out, my cameras can see it. That gives you little pop-up ideas and things like that, which I'll show you in more depth later. And if I turn around, they've actually got this really cool art easel that gives you an idea of some of the stuff to be expecting in future updates. So let's have a quick look at that. Pretty cool, actually, you know? Right, and let's get started with Cosmic Trip, heading into the tutorial. Now, I'm interacting by pressing the trigger button. Give it a second to load. Now, I'm going to ignore the incessant beeping from my controller and just kind of look around and show you what's what. Now, we have an overall guide board here telling us that our job is to collect resources, destroy enemies, and capture towers. And if I look around, this is how much detail they've put into it. I mean, there's a really cool art scene going on. You've got floaty ribbons, which are kind of like flowers or leaves or something. There's another one. You see it there? That's pretty cool, okay? And you've got plants and stuff. Now, personally, I think the plants are a bit creepy. Kind of like hands and they're wiggling at me. Do you see that? Just watch it. I'll try to hold really still and not shiver from fear of the moving hand plant. But you've got them as well, right? Now, let's have a look at what it's saying. Oh, wait, before I do that, let me show you. This is the size of the circle you're standing in. Now, like I said, you have to be able to do some moving around. And obviously, you can move off of it a bit, but the bulk of your play will happen on this circle space with lots of arm and leg move, okay? And then you have a triangle, which we'll come to later. So let's see what it's telling us. Press the touchpad button to equip a weapon. Now we're going to do it on both hands, okay? There we go. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the little section here has changed. And this is really handy because it's kind of like an info about what your controller is. And this one's telling us that we've got the frisbee attached, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to press and hold the trigger. Check that out. Okay, and then we're going to fling them at the baddies. So those are enemies. And I so can't aim. There we go. Now, you don't actually need to throw it that way. You can also throw it that way. And I still can't aim. Fuck. I am so dead in this game, aren't I? Alright, let's really concentrate. This is not my finest moment, people. There we go! Finally! Woo! Alright. Okay, we're gonna press the touchpad again to unequip them. And now for this. Now, these triangles are portals. We're gonna travel around the planet in them. So I'm gonna pull the trigger, suck it up. Now I'm gonna show you, it's really tall, okay? You see how tall it is? Yeah, it's kind of wide. Now let's have a quick look, see how much looking I can get away with, and you can see around it. So let's vacuum it up. Now, it says step through, just the tip. You don't actually need to walk forward, you just kind of need to stick your head through it. Okay? Now, we're gonna ignore the beeping again and have a look through. So here in front of us is our buddy bot. Right? He's grand. Let's wave at him. Hello, buddy bot. Hello. Now, buddy bot is like your best friend in the world who's slightly annoying. Okay? Now, what he does is he will follow you everywhere you go in this. Okay? He'll kind of fly around you. He'll chirp at you. He'll occasionally wave at you and wait for you to wave. And when you get other bots, he'll go around and he'll check on the other bots and all. But his biggest thing is when baddies are coming, he'll come and fly at you and kind of get in your face with a giant red message, kind of like these blue ones, but it's giant and red, telling you that the baddies are on the way so that you can pay attention. Okay? Now, you'll see the runes, again, are transporters, and they go different places. So this one, I'm going to assume goes to where we just came from. Okay? This one goes over here to these blue crystals in the distance, right? This one's going to take us to that tower. Now, that tower is exactly what's above our head, okay? That's why you can't see a bottom to it, and that's what we look like. And if I continue to turn, we've got blue crystals here. Now, I'm going to take a second to actually walk you through the controllers, okay? So you've got blue gems, which is a ton of detail, okay? That's kind of like your in-game currency, your main currency. Then you have green goo, okay? And that's kind of like your super currency for special items. And then you have a bot counter, because at the moment you can only have 30 bots. And I want to show you this, because this is an awful lot of detail. If I get really close and try not to wiggle too much, you can see the sheer amount of detail that's in these. That's just like awesome. And one of your bots actually looks like this little guy here on your controller. Okay? And I didn't mention it, but there's some plants over there. You use them to harvest to get green goo. Okay? And if I pull my trigger when I'm looking at these crystals, I can suck up a crystal, and if I keep holding the trigger, I will turn the crystal into money. Right? I forgot to mention, you can pull bots to you as well. And sometimes Buddy Bot wants some attention. You can rub him, pet him and stuff, and he'll give you a little blue heart because he loves you. Right? But right now, he's a little annoying. Stop it. So, we're gonna throw him. Yay! Okay, there we go. So, let's see what it's talking to us about. So it wants us to press the menu button. Now I'm going to show you something. See where my controller is? I press the menu button, that's how high the controller is. I'm going to show you something again later about that, so just keep that in mind. So this is your control panel, okay? You've got a map button, which is coming soon. Remember, early access. You've got a computer chip button, which is your bots. Now, if I get a bit closer, I'm going to walk you through these. Your bots are a worker bot, an assault bot, a sniper bot, and a healer bot, okay? More detail about them later, right? Skipping the middle one, well, now we'll go ahead and do the middle one, right? The middle one is buildings, right? You have a bot builder, a refinery to help you with making crystals, and a turret. Okay, now if you notice, the turret requires green goo, so it's part of the whole special currency thing. Let's grab... Oh, sorry. If I hit this third button, which had a lightning bolt on it, this is kind of your items area. So you have batteries, personal shield, and a slingshot. Now, personal shield and slingshot go on your remote controls. So you remember this? It's one of these, okay? And they do different things. So shield acts as a shield, and the slingshot's another type of gun, but it kind of slows baddies down when they get to it. Okay, and over here, there isn't a button, but it's a little summary of how many crystals and green goo you have, and your Steam picture. Hello, right? So that's what that is. So let's pay attention to the beeps that are going off, okay? So I'm going to take the bot factory, and I'm going to put it down. Now, I personally like to put it down directly between me and the blue crystals, just because, right? But now I need power. So remember what I said when I pressed it up here? I'm going to push it way down here. Do you see that? So wherever you do this is how high this will generate on the screen for you. Okay? We're going to grab a battery and stick it in. Now, interesting thing, the battery has a gauge to tell you how much juice it has. Okay, that's really handy. I wish real life batteries would tell you accurately how much juice they have in them just by looking at it, but there you go, this one does. Let's open the gauge again and get a bot disk. This time we're going to get a worker bot. Now, if I look at this, you can see a picture of what the bot's going to look like. We can see on the back that it is a Funktronic Labs bot. Now, Funktronics are the creator of this game, and I wonder, do you think I need to blow on the cartridge to get it to work? Let's just do it to be sure. Okay, now we're going to stick it in. Fingers crossed it works. Is it working? Is it working? Is it? I'm smelling something. I hope it's not burning. Oh! That was a little bit dangerous. Maybe I shouldn't do that in the future, right? So let's pull the worker bot down so you can see him. Look familiar? See that? See that? He's like the big brother to the little guy. Now you see it says I have two bots because buddy bot counts and this worker bot now counts. Yep. Yeah. Let him go here, let him fly around. Let's see what we need to do next on the menu. I'm going to press the menu button. We're going to get a refinery, because what's the point of having a worker if he has nothing to do? Okay, now a little pro tip. If you have worker bots and one of your machines runs out of juice from its battery, a worker bot will usually, not always, but usually take a battery, if you have spare ones on the ground or an unused one in your refinery, and to plug it into whatever needs it, okay? So they kind of help keep things going. So we're going to select a refinery. I'm going to put it here. Now, it's not going to tell me to do this, but personally, I find it's better to have multiple refineries and not just one. Okay? Now, if we watch, WorkerBot's going to pick up a crystal. He's going to bring it back and stick it in the refinery. The refinery is going to soak it up. And there we go. Okay, so if I twist my wrist like it's asking me to do, I can see that my gem level's increased. and check what's going on, okay? Now, word of info, the refinery can hold more than one crystal, okay? It can hold quite a few, and it'll just suck up one at a time. And BuddyBot says the tutorial's done. We have now done everything there is, and he's given us confetti. Yay! Yay! Now, you know what? We've got a timer now. This timer tells us when the next wave of baddies come, and we kind of really want to be prepared for it. Okay? So I'm going to build another refinery. Now, refineries are interesting things. If you build them close enough to each other, they will sometimes snag each other's crystals. So if you've got a build-up around them, they'll do that. Which means if you have a lot of crystals and a lot of worker bots, and you don't keep doing what I'm doing, it works out pretty well for you. Where did the crystal go? I don't know. Right? Oh! Next wave's coming in. He's giving me a warning. I look around, and there they go. Fingers crossed I can shoot better than last time. Now, they will usually go for your bots and your towers first. Okay? There we go. Now, if you end up with a disc stuck to your hand, you can just chuck it. And there doesn't seem to be any friendly fire, so don't be concerned about accidentally hurting your own guys. Right? Now, if you see there, we have multiple crystals floating around. Now, that's all well and good. And you'll notice that the worker bot's only taken his crystals to one, the one right next to me. That's because worker bots take them to the closest refinery to them. So if I had another working bot going to this other crystal that I'm sucking crystals from, he would probably take them to this refinery instead, but no guarantee, right? So let's see. 146, I think that's enough for another bot. We're gonna get a sniper bot. I really like the sniper bots, right? So that's what they look like. Sniper bots, or laser bots, I think is the correct term. Where are they coming from? I know you said they're coming. There they are. They're long-ranged attackers. Okay? So they usually sit roughly in one spot, fly around and shoot lasers. It's like one long pulse that does a really high level amount of damage, okay? But they don't fly around. Usually it's best to put them above your head so they don't get in the way of you assisting with the fighting. Okay? And kind of means that they don't have to wait so long for baddies getting near them. So let's get some more crystals. See if we can not suck up our worker bot. I don't normally have more than one worker bot. I'm kind of thinking about doing it. I'll have to see. I'm gonna get another leisure bot. We have another wave incoming. Do we see from Earth? There they are. Let's pull our doohickeys out and toss our frisbees. Now, if your bots are about to get hurt, you can suck them towards you, okay, to help yourself out. Right. And we're gonna get an assault bot, or I think they're called battle bots, right? These guys are kind of like a mix. If you've ever played an RPG, they're kind of like the mix between a tank and a rogue-like character. They're not as tanky as a tank and not as squishy as a rogue. And they work really well in groups. So they'll fly around roughly in the middle area around us, doing a kind of patrol like this dude's doing, right? And they'll swarm baddies. Now I've got 15 seconds. Enough time to see what's over here. Okay, so we've got blue crystals. We've got a giant green crystal that doesn't do anything. Okay, and we can see what our home looks like, right? Now, you can set up a thing here. I will say that baddie waves will attack where your most stuff is. So wherever your home is, with the most things built, that's where they're gonna go. I managed to keep all my bots. I did. That's grand. Right? Let's go check out the other area. Step through the portal. This is the other one, right? Pretty cool. We can see our home base there, see the towers. And we have an orange crystal. So what's an orange crystal? Let's find out. So I'm going to suck it up. Orange crystals are like the blue crystals, but better. They give me 4 instead of 2. So ideally, if you were doing this in survival mode, you would try to find orange crystals to build your base up. And this is the plants, okay? So I'm going to show you what you do. You take out your weapon, you hit them, and then suck them up, okay? And that is all this area is. Now, for some reason, it likes to freak out my eyes when I'm over there. I don't know why, but there you go. And we're back in time for a new guide. Now, these guys here that look like sunfish, they are the baddie version of our laser bots, okay? Whereas the guys we've been fighting up to now are the baddie versions of our battle bot. So our guys are doing all right. We've got quite a few crystals. Let's get another battle bot out, I think. Shall we? Help this guy collect crystals. Okay. Let's get another worker bot, I think. Okay. While he's building, why are you not? That's weird. I don't know why his battery wasn't in. Alright, let's also get a turret. Let me show you how these works. Now, turrets need batteries. Okay, so we're going to build a turret. We're going to fetch a battery. Stick it in. Now, what you do, perfect timing or what? You take your controllers and you slot them in. And this will go anywhere you stretch it. I don't see the batteries. There they are. And then you just pull your triggers and shoot. Now, they're not all the best for little small groups like that, and they don't work really well trying to look through the pointer, okay? But they are really well with some large groups of baddies and some of the really big baddies that are out there. Okay, why do I only have one worker bot? Oh, there he is. He's somewhere behind the crystal. There he goes. Looking good. And they're both going to the same one, right? So let's get another laser bot, shall we? And let's see if we can kind of help with farming crystals right now. Now, I like to put these guys at the corner of my square and do a kind of 3-3-3 pattern. I find that fairly well covers the area around me. Now, we have some more baddies coming somewhere. He's a great big giant guy, so we need our turret for this, right? Now, the big giant guy throws blobs on the ground. I'm going to show you. And he'll suck your bots into him and kill him. He's kind of like a black hole. He didn't shoot a blob on the ground. I had to save my dude from utter death. Okay? If he sucks dudes into him, they are so dead. Right? But what they also do is they shoot ink blots on the ground. And they're usually like right next to you. And you don't know they're there. Or they're just behind you. And they're wormholes for other bots, baddie bots, to come through and attack you with. So he's summoning others. And the balls that he throws at you seem to do more damage than the other guy's balls as well. So they're pretty deadly. Right, so I know I lost Laser Bot. Let's see if we can... Maybe I didn't lose that. Oh, no, I lost a normal guy. Never mind. Right, so I now have 4 laser bots. And let's get another patrol bot. Right, we got another wave coming. Let's get our weapons out. And you can see the laser bots fighting. We kind of want to keep them safe. Not let these guys get too close. Okay. Let's... I don't know what I just hit, but I hit something in real life. So be aware of that when you're flailing around, that you're not killing your environment. Right, so let's do a count. I've got those two. Oh, I've lost the laser bot somewhere. And one patrol bot. Okay, we've got one patrol bot. So let's get another laser. No, you know what? I'm going to show you the medic bot. Okay, so let's get one of them made so you can see what they look like. Okay, so this is what they look like. And what he's going to do is fly around, shoot green goo at people, and heal them. Now, not only does he do the bots, he does your equipment, your building structures as well. Okay, and that's quite handy. He flies around, does it of his own accord. Oh, it's another big guy. So let's get our giant turret and take that out. So I've lost a few bots. I keep losing them. I'm not doing too well. What I will say is don't get too attached to your bots. You will lose a few every fight. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. If you're looking for a bit of a workout and you like to focus on collecting resources over actual fighting, you'll find that this is quite energetic. So I'm going to buy the shield, show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is what the shield looks like. Now say that's not what you want to use. You want to use a... Say that's not what you want to use. You want to use a different one. I'm trying to remember. Okay. So press down and hold your bottom, your touchpad, and then you kind of stick it in your hand. Okay. This is what they look like. Now, you'll see how I've now got orbs around me. This isn't working well, so let's find all the batteries we can. Now, learning about the turret, it's kind of sucks the life out of the batteries really fast. So just be aware of that. Oh my goodness, another wave already. Let's get another battery. I was hoping to show you slingshot before I got overrun. Let's see if I can... clear these guys out. Get a little... Oh, no, another wave's coming, right? We're gonna buy. No, we're not gonna buy. I'm afraid I can't afford the slingshot, and I'm really getting overrun here. Oh, wow. I'm out of juice. No. No. My shield's gone. No. Stay away from me. Now, you can use your... Oh, I'm dead. You can use your frisbees as a melee weapon as well. Okay? That's what I was going to say just before I died. So, that is Cosmic Trip. We've ran through the tutorial, showed you a bit of what it's like. It's actually really enjoyable, and what I would suggest is do the tutorial so you can get a hang of the game, but then do survival so that you can lay it out and play how you want to without the initial outspend of gems and things that you have to do in the tutorial. Okay? But it's a really fun game. Give it a try, and I'm looking forward to see what else it comes out with. And keep your eyes peeled for more videos of this to see what it's like in survival. So, Juicy Byte out. See you later.